When you speak of the most expensive to buy, as in literally with money to buy, the most notorious, considered the most broken, the most nightmarishly hard to deal with, Planeswalker, you go into the cards of Jace. Specifically, the only Planeswalker I've seen with 4 separate abilities, representing each type you can have, and a nuke that you pretty much lose the entire fucking game, unless you've got ways of getting around it. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to the very cheap to play, very loyal Jace the Mind Sculptor. He starts with 3 loyalty. That's actually pretty good for a Planeswalker. The 3/4 is about average. Average cost, 4 mana. And oh dear God, is he nightmarish. He's got a +2 ability. Okay, good. Look at the top card of a target player's library. You may put that card at the bottom of said player's library. Meaning, you can look at your own and tweak your deck a little bit. I don't need this card. This is going to screw me over. Whoop. Or you can look at the top card of someone else's deck, and if you know someone who has a particularly nasty deck, you could say, oh, I don't want you getting that card. And they don't know what you put down. Only you do. So you may have screwed them up horridly, and they'd never know. He has a 0 ability. Draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards in your hand. Put 2 cards from your hand, meaning any 2 cards, including the 3 you drew, on top of your library in any order. I don't need these 2 cards yet. Boop! This is already getting a little messed up. -1. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Uh-oh. That's not good if you have a creature and they have Jace. That's his -1, though. His -12 is what makes him notorious. Exile all cards from target player's library. Then that player shuffles his or her hand into his or her library. In other words, it's not mill, it's a fuck you. And one of the ways you can lose in Magic, if you're not familiar, is if your deck goes all the way down to nothing. You cannot reshuffle your library unless you have special cards. You cannot do shit about that. Basically, he takes your entire library and makes it go poof. This is bad. And if you have no hand, you have no library anymore. And on your next draw step, you lose. This is the most expensive Planeswalker to buy. He is over $100. He's pretty close to $200, I believe, actually. He is dangerous. However, at least in my group of friends, and I'm pretty sure most groups, if they see him on the field, hell no. We beat the shit out of him. We hit him with lightning bolts. We do not want Jace the Mind Sculptor on the field. He has an earlier, weaker counterpart. This is the second of the 4 Jace cards. I forget which one was the third and which one was the 4th, but there are 4 total. But he is the nastiest of the 4, and they had to make sure they never did that again. And in fact, for years they said they'd never reprint this. They broke that promise with the Vault set. The only other card they've said they'd never do that with, as far as I know, is the Black Lotus, and they still kept their promise on that one, but Jace is a nightmare to deal with. But if you're smart, he's your priority target. I figured I'd have a lot more to say about this, and I've seen people lose to this card. People see him and it's like, oh dear God. And he basically he is nightmarish. Tic Tacs. So if you're playing and you see that card, beat the shit out of it. Remember, you can hit Planeswalkers just like players. Beat the hell out of it. Bye.